Life Coach Brooke Drinnon. I'm here at Surgoinsville Middle School with Miss Angie Hensley, 8th grade English Language Arts teacher and our lead teacher here at Surgoinsville Middle. And
Hello.
Angie, as part of your school's literacy action plan, you guys received money to purchase titles to add to your classroom libraries. Could you tell us a little bit about your classroom libraries, how you're utilizing those, and how your fellow teachers are utilizing those?
Yes. Since the first day I walked in a classroom as a teacher, I have had a classroom library. It has grown over the years, and I am so grateful to add more copies of books to it. I am a firm believer, I'm a follower of Kelly Gallagher, who has written Read Aside, and I'm a firm believer that students should have free choice of books. And I look at it like he has mentioned, and several blogs have mentioned, that when you walk into a library as a reader yourself, you don't have a librarian dictating to you what book you can have and can't have based on book levels and that kind of thing. And therefore, I want the students to have free choice of books. So I want to provide them with a huge assortment, which I've done my best to do so, and you all have helped so much with. But they get to choose what book they want to read. Of course, I will give them guidance if someone's reading on a lower level and they pick something way too high. I will talk to them about it, but I want them to read what they want to read. And so I want to give them choices. That's the most important part, is book choice. I want to have current novels that are on the Instagram feeds and Facebook feeds of what every teenager's reading right now. And so that's helped me with getting this grant to get some newer titles in. My students know that they're required to read X number of pages every 3 weeks, and then they have to have a book talk with me. And my book talk is based on Colleen Beer's book, Notice and Note. And it makes them have a deeper understanding of the reading if they can talk to me about certain questions. And so every 3 weeks I set aside a day, and they have to come to have a one-on-one talk with me about the book they've chosen to read and have those deep conversations based on the bookmark that they have. They each have a bookmark with the questions. And it just leads to a much better reading comprehension. And then they finish a book, turn it in, get a new book, and it's all their choice. I like having it in my classroom because I like to have kind of like book Snapchats with them about, I read this one, this was the greatest book. I'm bad about calling it a boy book or a girl book, but I say, here's this book and let me tell you about it. And once I have a discussion with them, they'll want to check it out. The beginning of the year, I had a book tasting where I dressed as a chef, and I let them read excerpts from all these books, and that spurs their interest into wanting to check out. And now they just check out books all the time. I won't let them abandon a book unless they've read 50 pages of it and can tell me what about it they don't like. Otherwise, you would have some that are abandoning them too frequently. But I'm very grateful to have the library I have so they can have the choice of what do they want to read.
It's a wonderful library. So many books and titles to choose from.
But there's never enough. I do have them separated by the AR levels because we do accelerated reader here. And so I have them separated by levels. We don't pay a whole lot of attention to the levels, though. I just want them to know it so they can determine what level they read a book on. So, but it's not that they have to stick to that level.
Right.
Like
You're not boxing them in.
Right. I'm also big on not stopping at every chapter and taking a quiz. I just want them to read, just like I do. When I get a book at the library, I just want to read it. And then I'll wait to the end of the book for them to have to do some kind of project or book report or discussion with me.
Okay, so, awesome. Thank you. So how has Rural Life and your literacy coach helped you with utilizing your classroom libraries?
You, as my literacy coach, have we both read, and we have taken time to, I'll tell you about a book I'm thinking of getting, and you'll read it and text me that night, oh my gosh, I cried. And so we've had a lot of book discussions. So you've been helpful because you taught high school, and I'm 8th grade, which, you know, they're on the cusp of going to high school, so they want to read the higher books that are found in the high school library. So I've relied on you to help me guide me toward those that are appropriate for my classroom. And so we've had a lot of Facebook and texting chats about books.
Yeah,
So,
I like the talks that we've had with our other lead teachers, the 3 other lead teachers that I'm working with as well in our virtual sessions. I actually have a book that I'm carrying from Bulls Gap to Easter Ridge today as a result of those chats. So we've been able to create that network and share book titles. So that's really been wonderful.
and I think the sales of Orbiting Jupiter have shot up
Oh, yeah.
because of Niswanger and our discussions.
Definitely. And last but not least, what future plans or other considerations or even advice to other schools who are considering purchasing and implementing classroom libraries might you have?
I follow on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the lists of the most popular current books. I go on the internet and determine if it's appropriate for my classroom, commonsensemedia.org to determine what language is in it or what's in it. That way I can properly label the book. But I look to see what the trends are, what kids are reading and what they're enjoying right now. So I try to get more of those copies so that kids are reading what's current. So
Great idea. Thank you. Thank you so much, and thanks for all of your info on classroom libraries.
thank you. Thank you for the books.
You're welcome.